that he's been inactive for quite a long time. Like, we were talking about fighting him with Conor Benn maybe 6 months ago or a year, and every month or 3 months or 6 months that passes, you do become a lot older.
You know, it has to be financial. I mean, any fighter that comes back, especially from retirement, a guy like Manny Pacquiao, it definitely has to do with money.
Boxing legends around the world are buzzing with excitement and disbelief as Manny Pacquiao announces his return to the ring at 46 years old to face rising star Mario Barrios. The 8-division world champion, known for his lightning speed and relentless fighting style, is stepping back into the spotlight, years after his last professional bout, proving once again that age is just a number for the Filipino icon. As the news spreads, reactions from boxing greats are pouring in, with many expressing admiration for Pacquiao's unmatched dedication, while others question the risks of taking on a younger, dangerous opponent like Barrios.
You named Manny Pacquiao, you clickbaiting the name, he's 44 years old. Is there genuinely a chance of Manny Pacquiao versus Conor Benn? Have you spoken to anyone from Manny's team?
I mean, you know, maybe I'm clickbaiting, maybe watch this space.
And if the WBC cleared Conor, do you still have to go to the British Boxing Board, or would they have to just be governed by whatever the WBC say?
No, I mean, ultimately it depends on the ruling on the test.
Lawrence Okoli apparently has given up his UK residency, and I'm assuming it's for tax benefits in the UAE. Would you recommend that to any of the young fighters coming up? Is that a good idea?
I mean, it's a very cloudy situation.
Looking down the card, which fight do you think we're more likely to potentially see an upset? Because the bookies have got the home fighters quite big favourites.
I promise you, someone from the away corner will win tomorrow night.
Is there any chance that the Irish government may help you out with the funding for that venue, do you think, or is that completely out there?
Yeah, I think it's
Manny Pacquiao's announcement of his return to professional boxing at age 46, set to face Mario Barrios, has elicited a spectrum of reactions from the boxing community. While some admire his enduring passion and legendary status, others express concern. Over the risks associated with such a comeback, Pacquiao is poised to make a remarkable return to the boxing ring at age 46, nearly 4 years after his last professional bout. WBC President Mauricio Sulayan has confirmed that Pacquiao will challenge current WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios in July 2025. This comeback is facilitated by WBC regulations that permit former champions to vie for titles upon returning from retirement, a rule previously applied to legends like Sugar Ray Leonard. The official announcement of the fight is pending Pacquiao's completion of his Senate campaign in the Philippines, which concludes on May 12th. However, reports indicate that Premier Boxing Champions and TGB Promotions have reserved the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas for July 19th, suggesting this as the likely date and venue for the event.
Which contemporary fighter do you most enjoy watching right now?
Out of the big-time fighters now?
Yeah.
Pacquiao looks sensational his last fight. Oh, sensational. No fighter, and you as my witness, as any expert, no fighter looks more sensational than Pacquiao looked the other night. Mm-hmm. No fighter, name a fighter looked more sensational and Manny Pacquiao did that the night he fought.
Let me sneeze and say Floyd Mayweather. How do I sneeze and say Floyd Mayweather?
All right, hey, listen. Then that shows that you're a neophyte in boxing. You know nothing about boxing.
Well, excuse me?
Because no.
What? I ain't hear you, Mike. What'd you say?
You don't know much about boxing.
Getting a little uncomfortable up here.
No one said who was better. I said there's nobody in boxing that fighting that looks sensational.
Sensational.
The way that Pacquiao did against Rios.
Joe Rogan, a prominent commentator and podcaster, voiced apprehension about Pacquiao's return. He remarked, "This is dangerous." Highlighting the potential health risks for Pacquiao at this stage in his life and career, Rogan emphasized the physical demands of boxing and questioned the prudence of returning to the ring after a significant hiatus.
Like as if Manny Pacquiao in the middle of his prime said, I am going to fight MMA. That would be insane. And he'd probably get his face kicked off. Probably get strangled, probably get taken down, strangled, and he would be helpless. It's a different skill set. There's so much more to MMA. To me, it's more exciting to watch.
Amir Khan, former world champion and longtime associate of Manny Pacquiao, has expressed nuanced views regarding Pacquiao's return to boxing. While acknowledging the commercial appeal of a potential bout, Khan has voiced concerns about the motivations. Behind such a comeback, Khan has indicated that he would consider returning to the ring to face Pacquiao. provided that adequate funding is secured possibly from influential figures in the boxing world, such as Saudi boxing chief Turki Al-Sheikh. He stated, "If you can get someone like a Turki Al-Sheikh on board, then why not?" This suggests that financial incentives play a significant role in his decision-making process regarding a potential fight with Pacquiao. However, Khan has also expressed reservations about the fairness of Pacquiao returning to compete for world titles, especially considering the opportunities that could be afforded to younger active fighters. He remarked, "If Manny wants to come and fight for a world title, why not? But it's a bit unfair, isn't it? There are so many young fighters coming up. Really, I think you should give the next generation a chance, man."
And Manny got in touch with me as well. Manny was like, "Shall we do a fight? Shall we?" Like, he's quite serious about it. He was like, "Shall we make a fight happen?" I go, "Listen, if you can get a funder, if you can get someone like a Turki Al-Sheikh on board, then why not?"
There's no, I mean, that must be able to be made. That
Yeah.
I mean, surely
You do that for the right money, right?
Massive. Look, we've had our best days, and I think a fight like that would definitely sell. I mean, Manny having a massive Philippine fan base, and all around the world, really. And then obviously myself, I've got a decent fan base as well. So I think it will definitely sell, and people would like to see. When people make comebacks, I mean, people always like to see them see how the fight's going to be. And me and Manny are probably in the same position. We'd be both being retired for like 3-4 years. I think it will make a good fight.
And you're only 38 as well. I mean, so we've seen boxers older than that getting back into the ring. I mean, it's still at a good age where you certainly could box again.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look at George Foreman, the late George Foreman. He was a great champion, and he came back. I think he must have been in his late 40s when he come back and won a world title as well. So look, in boxing, it's always that one punch. And at the same time, though, guys, is that I look back and think, do I need to get back in the ring again? You know, we've always been prize fighters. I've always taken punches to the head. It could just be that one punch that hurts you, and God forbid you get hurt and you can't spend good quality time
Khan
with your
also
family.
took the opportunity to reflect on his own near miss with Pacquiao in what would have been a mega fight between the two stars. According to Khan, the fight fell through due to a combination of contractual complications and financial uncertainties. He revealed that negotiations were hampered by middlemen and unfulfilled promises from investors, particularly concerning a proposed bout in the United Arab Emirates. Khan stated the fight didn't happen because Bob Arum said that the investors in Dubai or wherever UAE couldn't put the money together and they needed more time. This lack of secured funding ultimately led to the collapse of the match. Despite these setbacks, Khan remains open to the idea of facing Pacquiao provided the circumstances are right. He has indicated that the comeback would only be for high-profile fights against top-tier opponents like Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather. Khan emphasized that he is financially secure and lacks the passion for boxing unless it's for a significant bout. He stated, "I'm 90% done from the sport anyways. I don't have the love for boxing anymore. To motivate myself, it would only have to be Manny or Floyd Mayweather." Promoter Eddie Hearn has shared his perspective on Manny Pacquiao's return to the ring at age 46, set to face Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight title. While acknowledging Pacquiao's legendary status and commercial appeal, Hearn expressed reservations about the fairness and competitiveness of this comeback. In a recent interview, Hearn questioned the appropriateness of Pacquiao competing for a world title after a significant hiatus. He remarked, should he be fighting for a world title? Highlighting concerns about the implications for younger active fighters awaiting their opportunities. Hearn emphasized the importance of maintaining the integrity of title shots and ensuring that they are earned through consistent activity and performance in the ring. Despite these concerns, Hearn acknowledged that Pacquiao's return could generate substantial interest in revenue given his global fan base and storied career. However, he cautioned that the prolonged absence from professional competition and the natural effects of aging could impact Pacquiao's performance, suggesting that the comeback should be approached with careful consideration. Hearn's comments reflect a broader debate within the boxing community about balancing respect for legendary fighters with the need to uphold competitive fairness and provide opportunities for emerging talents.
it's a very contentious subject. Like, you know, people moaning about Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao is still good enough to beat most fighters in the top 20 at 147 pounds. He's clearly not the fighter that he once was. You're not going to be at that age. My problem is that he's been inactive for quite a long time. Like, we were talking about fighting him with Conor Benn maybe 6 months ago or a year, and every month or 3 months or 6 months that passes, you do become a lot older. So, you know, I guess there's two questions. One is, should he be fighting again? And at the end of the day, if he's good enough to beat everybody outside of the top 20 in the world, then why not? But should he be fighting for the world title? I guess that's another question. In the commercial world of boxing, the answer is yeah, probably. In the ratings world and activity world, the answer is probably not.
Do you think it's strange that he's coming off the couch and getting a title fight like that?
I think when you've achieved what he's achieved, you've always got the right to do things a little bit differently to others. And with all due respect, Barrios is not Boots, and Barrios is not Crawford. You know, and that's why, you know, we pushed the Conor Benn fight. Conor Benn, like, his best win is against Algieri or Van Heerden. So actually Pacquiao is a step up. You know, and people were still complaining at me for mentioning that fight, like Conor Benn is Boots, you know, but he still hasn't had those wins yet. So, you know, I like to see great fighters just slowly fade out of the sport, but also at the same time, if they feel good, if they feel they can be competitive, and there's a lot of money to be made, I also get it.
Mike Tyson has previously made a bold statement by asserting that Naoya Inoue surpasses Manny Pacquiao in prowess. On his podcast, Hot Boxing, Tyson described Inoue as vicious, emphasizing his formidable presence in the ring. Inoue, known as the Monster, has an impeccable record, having won world titles in 4 weight classes and becoming the undisputed champion in both bantamweight and super bantamweight divisions. His technical precision, combined with a 90% knockout rate, underscores his dominance in the sport. While Pacquiao's achievements, including titles in 8 weight divisions, are monumental, Tyson's comparison highlights in no ways unblemished record and disciplined fighting style. This perspective adds to the ongoing debate about the greatest pound-for-pound boxers in history. Terence Crawford has expressed skepticism about Manny Pacquiao's standing among the top pound-for-pound fighters, primarily due to the nature of Pacquiao's championship titles. Crawford contends that Pacquiao's possession of the WBA regular welterweight title does not equate to being a legitimate champion. In his view, he emphasizes that only holders of the super championship titles are considered true champions in his eyes. Crawford stated, "He's not a champion in my eyes. He don't have the super belt. That's the champion in my eyes." This perspective highlights Crawford's focus on unifying the division by targeting fighters who hold the primary championship belts, such as the WBA super title, rather than secondary titles like the WBA regular belt. Consequently, despite Pacquiao's illustrious career and achievements, Crawford does not consider him among the elite P4P fighters based on his current title status. Crawford has publicly expressed skepticism about Pacquiao's career achievements. In a recent appearance on the Pound for Pound podcast, Crawford questioned Pacquiao's exclusion from his all-time pound-for-pound list, implying doubts about the legitimacy of Pacquiao's accomplishments. He referenced Pacquiao's initial reluctance to undergo Olympic-style drug testing during negotiations for a fight with Floyd Mayweather Jr., suggesting that Pacquiao's knockout power diminished after he agreed to such testing. Crawford stated, "That's me personally. For the simple fact that when Floyd made it a point for him to do the blood test, he didn't want to do the blood test, but then when he did do the blood test, he hasn't got a knockout since."
Manny's a generational, talented fighter, but I don't feel like, he did it on his own.
I don't think Pacquiao took steroids. Really, the Mayweathers questioned it and drilled him on it, and that made people pick a side. I can't say that means Pacquiao was on something. And the reason why is because really the Mayweathers questioned it and drilled him on it, and that made people pick a side. I can't say that means Pacquiao was on something. And the reason why is because Pacquiao may have been the most tested fighter of all time. He never failed a test. Floyd did. So you're talking about a situation where now you're just saying he's so good that Crawford said Pacquiao was knocking everybody out until he took the test. That was a damn lie. Pacquiao, he must be on something. But number two, Crawford said Floyd did. So you're talking about a situation where now you're just saying he's so good that he must be on something. But number two, Crawford said Pacquiao was knocking everybody out until he took the test. That was a damn lie. Pacquiao power went down after he went up. Pacquiao didn't knock out anybody at welterweight. That had nothing to do with the test. He went up and he ain't knocked anyone out at welterweight. Floyd knocked out Ricky Hatton. So that doesn't say that Pacquiao had steroid power. He wasn't knocking out anybody. Yeah, he was beating them up.
Pacquiao's decision to move up in weight to face Antonio Margarito in 2010 was a bold and historic move in his illustrious career. Despite being significantly smaller, standing half a foot shorter and weighing 17 lbs less on fight night, Pacquiao showcased his exceptional speed and skill to dominate the bout. He weighed in at 144. 6 lb, well below the 150 lb catchweight limit, and rehydrated to approximately 148.8 lb by fight night, while Margarito likely entered the ring at around 165 lb. In a post-fight reflection, Pacquiao admitted the physical toll the match took on him, stating, "Amazing. I survived that Margarito fight night of the fight. I was 148 lbs. This bout not only earned him the WBC super welterweight title, but also solidified his status as the only boxer to win world titles in 8 different weight divisions. Pacquiao, the only 8-division world champion in boxing history, has been elected to the International Boxing Hall of Fame as part of the class of 2025. The announcement was made on December 5, 2024, marking his induction in his first year of eligibility. Pacquiao will be honored during the Hall of Fame induction weekend, scheduled for June 5th to 8th, 2025 in Cannesto, New York. Pacquiao's illustrious career spanned from 1995 to 2021, during which he amassed a record of 62 wins, 8 losses, and 2 draws. He secured world titles in 8 different weight divisions, ranging from flyweight to super welterweight. Beyond his boxing achievements, Pacquiao has been a significant figure in public service. He served as a senator in the Philippines and ran for the presidency in 2022. His contributions to both sports and public service have made him a national hero in the Philippines. Pacquiao expressed his gratitude upon the announcement, stating, "I am so happy that I have been selected to enter the International Boxing Hall of Fame. This certainly is a wonderful Christmas gift." Joining Pacquiao in the class of 2025 are Michael Nunn and Vinny Paws in the men's modern boxers category, along with several other notable figures from the boxing world. In September 2021, Manny Pacquiao announced his retirement from boxing to focus on his political career, specifically his candidacy for the Philippine presidency in the 2022 elections, at 42, following a unanimous decision loss to Yordenis. Ugus Pacquiao acknowledged the physical toll of the sport, citing leg cramps during the fight as a sign of his body's limitations. Despite his passion for boxing, he recognized the need to prioritize his health and political commitments. In his retirement announcement, Pacquiao expressed gratitude for the sport that lifted him from poverty and allowed him to inspire others. He stated, "It is difficult for me to accept that my time as a boxer is over. Today I am announcing my retirement." His decision marked the end of a 26-year career during which he became the only boxer to win world titles in 8 different weight divisions.
2015, remember that one. Pacquiao is now planning to run for president in his native Philippines this upcoming May. But Shannon, how will you remember Manny as a boxer?
Historically great fighter.
Good for you.
The only fighter to win 8 world titles. I mean, he started out boxing, he was 106 pounds, won a title at, I think, 112, and went all the way up to
108 first.
Went all the way up to 154.
It's impossible. It's just...
I don't believe, I feel very comfortable and said I don't believe we'll ever see that again, Skip.
We'll never see it again.
And it wasn't like he was fighting bums. When you go back and look at Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales and Oscar Larios and De La Hoya and Hatton and Cotto, Margarita, Mosley, Timothy Bradley, Mayweather. Skip. I mean, what do you got to say? He was a champion in 4 different decades.
Yep.
Fighter of the year. First ballot Hall of Fame. He's great.
Stephen A. Smith shared his thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's retirement in a brief video segment expressing deep respect for Pacquiao's illustrious career. He highlighted Pacquiao's remarkable achievements, including his status as an 8-division world champion and his significant impact on the sport of boxing. Smith emphasized Pacquiao's unique ability to inspire fans worldwide, not only through his athletic prowess, but also through his humility and dedication outside the ring.
Your thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's retirement?
One of the greatest fighters we've ever seen. Never ran from anybody. Had completely respected the sport of boxing. Was an ultimate champion. And I have to tell you, one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet on the planet Earth. I mean, when people, I want to say this real quick because I know we got to go because we got one more thing to discuss, Marcus.
Yeah.
When people talk about Manny Pacquiao and they say stuff like, well, he's fighting for money. I would like y'all to know that there are people who line up in the streets of the Philippines just to come get some money from him. He's very charitable.
Oh, yeah.
That's why money was compromising, because he's a giver. He's a special dude. I'm going to miss him.
What are your thoughts on Pacquiao's decision to return? Do you believe he still has the skills to compete at the highest level? Or should he focus on preserving his legacy? Share your opinions in the comments below.